This week, we're all celebrating the assassination of Osama bin Laden. And I think that this whole ordeal has a very powerful lesson that we can all apply to our lives. If you think about it, the CIA and the military, American intelligence, they've been after bin Laden for almost 10 years. And they never gave up. How many leads fell through? How many times was there utter discouragement? Where was this guy? He never gave up. Finally, the task was completed. And I think this is a very powerful lesson that when we have a task to complete, whether it's a job at work or it's an area of self-growth, for example, conquering a temper, and we have a relapse, there's a lapse, and we get discouraged. And when is it going to be completed? How long will the task take? We feel that we've taken a step back. Not to be discouraged. The lesson is to be resilient and to move forward, whatever the expense is, until we finally complete the task. But the question is, how can we be resilient? It's normal to give up hope. It's normal to feel discouraged when there's a lapse. How do we remain resilient? And I believe that this week's Torah portion has the answer. In Parshas Emor, we read about the mitzvah, the timely mitzvah of Sefirat HaOmer. Every day, from Pesach until Shavuos, for 50 days, we count the Omer. 50, 49, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, until we reach 49 days. And the basic understanding of this mitzvah is that we're counting towards the giving of the Torah. That the Jews originally, when they left Egypt, they were so eager to receive the Torah that every night they would count they would count the days that there were leading up to the receiving of the Torah. And each year we're eager as well to receive the Torah on Shavuos. And we count towards that moment. But the question that the commentaries ask, that if that's the case, if that's the understanding of the mitzvah of Sefirat HaOmer, so then why do we count? What we should be doing is we should be counting how many days there are left towards the giving of the Torah. 49 days, 48 days, 47 days, 46 days. Just like a boy or a girl who are excited to leave school and they have a month till the end of school and they count the days. 30 days, 29, 28, 27. Or someone who's going to be taking a vacation from work and they're so excited, 2 weeks left. 14 days, 13 days, 12 days. But what do? We don't do that when it comes to Sefirat HaOmer. It's the opposite. We count how many days have passed in this passage of time. 1 day of the 49 days have passed. 2 days have passed. 3 days have passed. What's that all about? Why do we count in this fashion? So Rabbi Aaron Cutler, who was the head of the Lakewood Yeshiva in New Jersey, gives the following beautiful answer. And in fact, when we count each year the mitzvah of Sefirat HaOmer, counting of the Omer, it's not merely about the eagerness to receive the Torah. There's something that's more fundamental than that. If you think about it, when you count down, when you count how many days there are until a vacation, 14 days, 13 days, 12 days, what does that demonstrate? That demonstrates that really the time is not valuable. I really can't wait till it passes. It's actually an obstacle until I have my vacation. I'd rather not be there. It's just that I have to stay and work for another couple of weeks until I can have my vacation. But if you count the opposite, there's one day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. What are you demonstrating? That each day has value. Look what I've accomplished in these 2 weeks. 1 day of accomplishments, 2 days of accomplishments, 3 days of accomplishments. The time is not, the passage of time is not merely an obstacle, but each day has value. Inherent value. And when the Jews left Egypt, they were a savage people. They had a slave mentality. In order to receive the Torah, they had to prepare themselves. To become a godly people who live by the ideals of the Torah, they had to prepare themselves and undergo an exercise of personal development to become receptacles, to become able to live a life of Torah and be a godly people. And when they counted each day, it wasn't merely about the eagerness to receive the Torah. What they were counting was, look, one day we've made ourselves more ready to receive the Torah. 2 days of accomplishments. We've achieved 3 days of accomplishments until 49 days when they've achieved the necessary time of making themselves ready and preparing themselves to receive the Torah. And each year, when we count Sefirat we're re-embracing the Torah on Shavuot. We're re-accepting it, and we're counting the days of how we ourselves prepare to receive the Torah. 1 day of accomplishments, 2 days of accomplishments. And I believe that's one answer to our original question. How do you remain resilient when there's a task to complete and there are lapses and it's going to take a long time to achieve that task? How do you remain resilient and not give up hope, not be discouraged? And the answer is not to look at the passage of time as an obstacle. It's just in the way of myself achieving the task. But look what I'm achieving. Look at each day as, let's look at each day as having inherent value. Look what I've accomplished this day. 1 day, 2 days. 1 day, the CIA, the American military, 1 day they've attempted to purge the world of evil and of terrorists. 2 days, whether they accomplished it or not, 3 days. And 1 day, look, 1 day I've worked to overcome my temper. 2 days I've worked to overcome my temper. I might have a lapse, I might have a relapse. But look at the holy effort. Look at my accomplishments. Let's take appreciation. Let's be mindful of the value of each day when we're completing an important task. And if we do that, not only will we not give up hope and remain resilient, but the passage of time will go by much quicker. Have an amazing week, and may we continue as a people, as an American people, and as the Jewish people, to live as a godly people and to purge the world of evil. Have a great Shabbos.